Magic, ladies and gentlemen, magic. M-A-G-I-C, 5 little letters that sadly, to recent generations, mean little more than a deck of cards, some Muzak and a collapsible pair of doves. Fortunately, my first guest tonight is doing his damnedest to restore a little gothic chill to this sanitised skill, mainly through his Channel 4 series Secret Cabaret. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Simon Drake. Simon, thanks for coming on the show, because I'm a big fan of yours. And all the audience, when I said Simon Drake was on, they went crazy this evening. They all were all big fans of the show.
Thank you.
This is the beginning of the second series of the Secret Cabaret, Wednesday nights on Channel 4. Where did you come from? What were you doing before? Because you kind of sprang out from nowhere, it seems.
Well, no, I've been a full-time magician for about 12 years, and before that I was a record plugger for EMI.
Oh, were you really?
I was, yeah.
Did our paths ever cross in that former?
I don't think they did. You were a little young, I think, Jonathan,
Yeah.
really. Yeah, I'm much older than I look. And I used to do, like, towards the end of my stay at EMI, I was running off at lunchtime and doing magic shows at, like, a theatre in Covent Garden for the last sort of month or two when I was record plugging, and it was odd. People used to come up to me and say, "You've got to go down this theatre and see this magician," you know, and they were talking about me.
Oh, really?
So,
the guys from it didn't know?
Yeah, it got a bit schizophrenic for a while.
So why didn't they recognise you? Were they just plain stupid? Because
No,
if they worked with you every day,
yeah, I wore a white face.
Oh, I see.
And I was lousy at mine, but I put a white face on just to disguise who I was. Yeah.
Well, you're still doing the same kind of thing then, because now, as I said, it's very gothic. It's quite sort of sinister almost, the stuff you do. Was it like that then?
Actually, that show was a bit sinister, but not gothic at all. And then I kind of went very much more. It's sort of surreal, but not nasty. And now it's got quite sort of unpleasant.
Just plain nasty.
Yeah,
which is why it appeals to all of us, no doubt. Yeah. But how did you become a magician? What was it? Why did you want to do that? What attracted you to it?
Well, I don't know, but I do know I started very young, and I was about 8, where I used to go down on the, go on the bus. I was a tuppenny half on the bus. It was a long time ago, and I'd go to Knightsbridge from Camden Town, and I'd go up to the famous Knightsbridge store, and Mr. Magic, who's still there, used to teach me to do that kind of thing, okay? And then he taught me to do that, and then that, and that kind of thing, like that. And
that's it. I like when I see close-up magic. See, I'm from this side. I can just about see what's going on there. But presumably you had no idea, and you thought that was real magic, didn't you, ladies and gentlemen? But you see, but now I ask that question just to see whether you would lie to me, because you don't really think it's real magic, do you? And that's why they can get away with it. Anyway.
Thank you, John. That's very nice. And then he taught me to add a second object, okay, to the card. So we have a handkerchief which we fold up and put in the hand here, and take the card like that, and push the handkerchief in, and take the card around the handkerchief. I think it was 6 times, and then blow.
I think it's worthy of a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you. And having vanished it, you have to learn how to make it reappear. I cannot always remember where I put it. Oh, yeah. So you do there, and you make a little tube, and you just reach in and remove the vanished handkerchief.
It's fantastic. This is great, because I'm sitting virtually on top of you, and I can't see how you do that. That's an incredible trick. That's fairly straightforward magic, I guess, in many respects. For people who haven't seen the show, here's a little clip of Simon on the Secret Cabaret. Oh, dear. Thank you. Now, we just cut out then, because then it starts to get nasty, doesn't it? Then we start to use all the special effects. Do you get many complaints, though? Because I was watching the other night, and you had a knife that you appeared to have put right through your arm, and you were up and down.
And the sawing through the middle, we did get rather a lot of complaints, I'm afraid. But I mean, the you know, when we're doing a magic show for Channel 4 late at night, I mean, it goes as part of the course. You know?
I would have hoped so.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't do anything like that on a show like this at this time of night because it's just not suitable. But talking about, do you know what that is, John? I
have no idea what that is. What is that, Simon?
Well, what that is, it's a little squeezy, rubbery type of thing that you use to take out...
Simon, can I take this opportunity to apologise on behalf of my audience?
To take out contact lenses, OK? Now, if you look into my eyes, which camera are we on here? If you look into my eyes, I'll show you my left eye has actually had an operation. I can move it separately from the rest of my body. And if I take this here and just delicately squeeze it and go, you'll see the little eye in the hand. Now, please, I must insist, you mustn't try this at home, anybody. These are special magician's eyes, and you can take the eye here and then just clock it back in. There we are, it's fine. Thank you very much.
See, I'm a contact lens wearer, and that happens to me all the time. That's a fine trick. 101 other uses, of course, Simon. Pleasure to see you. So, if someone wanted to see your show live, do you take it on the road ever? Do you do the whole thing live?
Right, well, I'm planning, hopefully doing a tour later in the year, and also planning some London gigs in April or May, but we're still talking to theatres and things.
I'd love to see you live, but if you haven't called it already, make sure you catch Simon Drake's show Wednesday nights on Channel 4, because it really is special. Simon Drake, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
Mr. Simon Drake of The Secret Cabaret. Rather reassuringly, Simon told me earlier that he's no better at finding his car keys in a rush than the rest of us. Now, to music, and rather wittily stretching our theme...